I'm currently in the car outside of my gym because, long story short, I have a lot of family over and I have a small apartment, or the apartment we live in is pretty small, so I can't really make this anywhere else, right? So that's just, before I get started, that's just your sign. You could do the work anywhere, right? I'm in the whip right now, getting the work in. So brother, gotta praying his mic is on. Oh yeah, it's on. I love seeing, bro. Like, just being able to see is awesome. All right, so today what we're gonna do is we're gonna be role-playing sales, just sales in general, just, yeah, with AI. That is the title of the video. That is what we're gonna do. We have my brother Jim Johnson right here on ChatGPT, and we're gonna cook up some nasty roleplay, brother. So how interactive can I make this? Ooh, that's a good angle. Ah, yeah, we'll leave it like that. I'll just press this on my knee or something. Ay, screw it, brother. Hey, my bad if this is how I am. Not my bad, this is how I am. I ain't apologizing for who I am, you feel me? Alright, brother, so I just told the YouTubers about kind of what we're doing, so read me back my offer and what I'm going to be selling again.
Alright, so you're selling a high-end espresso machine, perfect for coffee lovers who want that barista level quality at home, and we're gonna have some fun with objections, maybe about the price or how much space it takes up in the kitchen. We're gonna knock those objections out of the park.
Let's do it! Alright, what is your name, first of all? Can I call you Jimmy John? No, Jim Johnson?
You can definitely call me Jim Johnson. That works for me.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's dive into this and make it awesome.
Alright, Jim Johnson. So, how should we start this off?
All right, let's kick it off with you introducing that espresso machine, and I jump in with some questions or objections, and you can handle them in real time. Let's just roll with it and have fun.
All right, Jim Johnson. So, hey, how's it going, Jim Johnson? My name is Jim Jackson. So, what brings you onto this call today, man?
Hey, Jim Jackson. Well, I'm just a big coffee lover, and I've been thinking about upgrading my coffee game at home. I've heard you have something pretty cool to show me, so I'm all ears.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. Hell yeah, man, hell yeah. Okay, I gotta chill in a more professional setting. Like, we wouldn't say hell yeah, but this is roleplay, all right. So, all right, Jim Johnson. So, you came on this call, you're needing an upgrade from your current coffee machine. What is currently wrong with your current coffee machine right now, right? Why are you thinking about making the switch? What's really the reason behind that?
Well, you know, I'm kind of tired of the basic coffee I'm getting from my old machine. It's just not giving me that rich cafe quality espresso that I love. So I figured, you know, it's time for an upgrade, and I want something that's a little more high end.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, I definitely love me a good cup of Joe, even though I don't drink coffee. I love me a good cup of Joe once in a while. But, so you said you just don't want that, what did you say? Man, my memory's blanking right here. Okay, yes. So you said you didn't want that just basic bland coffee, right? You need that, that barista, did I hear that correctly? That barista type quality in your coffee machine?
Exactly. I want that rich, flavorful shot of espresso that makes me feel like I'm sitting in a cafe in Italy, you know, something that just elevates the old coffee experience at home. Awesome,
man. So just kind of walk me through a little bit more about your coffee machine, right? How long have you had it for, right? What's the main problems that you're experiencing with it, like, right?
Yeah, I've had it for a few years now, and it's just not consistent. Sometimes the coffee comes out a bit watery, and it doesn't really extract that rich flavor that I'm looking for. Plus, it's kind of slow, so I just want something that's more reliable and gives me that perfect shot every time.
Oh hell yeah! So you want a perfect shot is what I'm hearing. Hey, that's good. You hold your standards high, and I respect that, right? So Jim Johnson, what you've been telling me, right, is that you've had it for a few years, and one of your main priorities is consistency. Can you kind of walk me through what that looks like for you? What would consistency look like in your life?
Absolutely. Consistency for me would mean Every morning, I get that same delicious, rich shot of espresso without having to worry about it being too weak or too bitter. I just want that reliable quality so I can start my day off right every single day.
Awesome. So what would you say is preventing you from getting to that desired cup of coffee, right? What about your current machine really lacks that ability to give you that perfect shot of coffee, right? Like you were saying, to really put you in for instance, you said that you wanted, it's like you'd be drinking coffee in Italy. What's stopping you from getting that cup of coffee with your current machine?
I think the main thing is that my current machine just doesn't have the right technology to really extract the flavor properly. It's probably a bit outdated, and it just doesn't have that consistency and pressure and temperature. So I think that's what's holding me back from that perfect Italian style espresso.
Okay, awesome. So why would you say that coffee is really a big thing in your life, right? Why put so much emphasis on getting a new coffee machine, right? And let's just say, instead of spending money on a new coffee machine, why not just go into a Starbucks, not Starbucks, but just into any barista shop, right? Any coffee shop, and then get your coffee from there, right? Why have that coffee machine at home and not just make the switch to coffee shops, cafes is what they're called. My bad.
That's a great question. For me, coffee is a big part of my daily routine. I love the convenience of having that perfect cup right at home without having to leave the house. Plus, there's something really satisfying about making it yourself and being able to customize it exactly how you like it. And in the long run, it can actually save some money compared to buying a cup every day at a cafe.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, man? You kind of lagged out.
No worries. So, for me, coffee is a huge part of my daily routine, and I love the convenience of making that perfect cup at home. It's really satisfying to customize it exactly how I like it, and it saves time and even money in the long run compared to going out to a cafe every day.
Okay, awesome. So from what I'm hearing from you is that you need that consistency. It saves you time and money in the long run, so that's pretty huge. And from what you've been telling me, you really like customizing your own coffee and kind of getting that own experience, right? Where you can kind of be the barista instead of putting your coffee in someone else's hands, right? They might not be able to make it correctly. So let me ask you this, man. What with your current machine is preventing you from reaching all four of those things that you just listed, right? That consistency, saving you that time and the money, and having that customization that you were saying. Because I mean, I feel like your machine at home could just do that just as fine, right?
Yeah, I totally get that. I think the main issue is that my current machine just doesn't have the technology or the reliability to produce that consistent high quality shot every time. Sometimes it just doesn't extract the flavor the way I want, and it ends up being a little bit hit or miss, which kind of defeats the purpose of having that convenience at home.
Awesome. Yeah. It sounds like excuse me. This sounds like the burden is kind of outweighs the benefits with your current machine. But walk me through this, right? You said that you wanted that reliability. What does that look like for you, right? What does that look like, having a reliable machine, right?
For me, having a reliable machine means that every time I use it, I get that same perfect shot of espresso without any guesswork. I just want to know that when I push that button, I'm going to get exactly what I'm looking for every morning, and that just kind of sets the tone for the rest of the day.
Okay, awesome. So with reliability, what you're wanting is something that's consistent, right? Where you don't have to worry about a watery shot of espresso, right? Or something that's just malfunction. You want that consistent reliability. And would you say that ease of mind is a part of that as well?
Oh, absolutely. The peace of mind that comes with knowing I can just press that button and get a perfect shot every time is huge. It just makes the whole coffee experience so much more enjoyable than stress-free, which is exactly what I'm looking for.
Awesome. So with that stress-free opportunity in your life, right, having that ease of mind, that stress-free, and that reliability, how would your life change? What would your life look like, right? What would your life look like now from what it is, or what would your life look like then from what it is right now? What would change, right? How would this change your living?
I think it would just give me a more relaxed and enjoyable start to my day. Instead of worrying about whether my coffee is going to turn out right, I could just look forward to that perfect cup. That would definitely set a positive tone for the rest of my day.
Awesome. So, would you say that a good cup of coffee is really what sets your day right? What does your routine look like with your current machine right now?
Yeah, a great cup of coffee definitely sets my day off on the right foot. Right now, my routine with my current machine is a bit of a gamble. Sometimes I have to make a second cup if the first one doesn't come out right, and it just adds a little bit of extra stress and time in the morning that I could do without.
Okay, awesome. And have you ever been late to work or anything like that because of your machine? Can you kind of give me a time where that not reliability, right? Your machine not being reliable has kind of affected you in your life, right? Let's say you made a second cup of coffee. What happened then, right? What's happened in your life?
Oh, for sure. There have definitely been those mornings where the first cup just didn't turn out right, and I had to make a second one, and that definitely made me run a little late or feel rushed. So having that reliability would definitely just take away that stress and keep things running smoothly.
Awesome, Gene Johnson. Well, from what I've been hearing, sounds like you want something that's reliable, consistent, right? That just takes away that stress away from your day, right? We all have so much going on in our lives. We don't want the extra little things that can just add on to it, right? And then for this example, it is with your coffee, right? And it sounds like you're very passionate about your coffee. Let me ask you this, man. Did I cover everything? Is there anything that I'm missing, right? Anything that you really are looking for in a coffee machine, right? Any reasons as to did I cover everything correctly?
Yeah, you nailed it. I think you covered everything I'm looking for. That consistency, reliability, and just making my mornings a lot smoother and more enjoyable. So I think you got it all covered perfectly.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Well, sounds like that you're the right fit for us, actually. So what we're gonna do from here, right, is we have the super duper espresso coffee maker machine, right? And so what it does is you can speak to it, right? You don't have to put the coffee in there, right? So what it does is as you speak, right, it creates your cup of coffee however you want it, right? So you could speak it. You could just be like, hey, give me a large. Or not a large, right? It comes with cups included, right? So just give me a, man, I don't know that much coffee terms, but give me 4 shots of espresso with some cold foam and caramel, right? And what it'll do is it'll cook it up right as soon as you have to, right? You don't have to go through that burden of putting in all the coffee beans, right, and all the espresso makers, right? It does it all by itself. And with reliability, right, we have testimonials of people that have never had a problem with it breaking or being inconsistent, right? So it gets you that perfect cup of coffee every single time. And it also provides you with that ease of mind to get your day started on the right foot, right? So you can wake up, just speak whatever coffee you want. It'll take 2 minutes. And then from there, you could just grab your cup of joe and you'll be on your way to work. Now, it does come with a price point of $50,000. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in?
Wow, that definitely sounds like a super high-tech machine. I love the idea of being able to just speak my order and have it ready to go. And that reliability does sound amazing. The price tag is definitely a bit steep, so I might need to think about that one, but it does sound like a really cool option.
Okay, awesome, man. Yeah, I hear you. Price is definitely something that we get all the time. So, money aside, does it genuinely sound like something that you would like to do?
You know, I have to admit, it does sound pretty amazing, and I love the idea of that convenience and consistency. So, yeah, I think if money were no object, I'd definitely be on board with that.
Okay, why?
I think it's just the idea of having that perfect start to the day, just knowing that my coffee is always going to be spot on and that it's super easy and convenient, it just sounds like it would add a lot of positivity and make mornings a lot smoother, which is always a good thing.
Awesome. So how would your life look like with this in your life, right? How would your life change from what it was before?
I think it would just make mornings a lot more enjoyable and stress-free. Like, having that perfect cup of coffee to start the day would just set a really positive tone, and I think it would just make everything feel a little bit smoother and more relaxed, which would be awesome.
Hey, yeah, that sounds awesome, man. So let me ask you this, right? Why would you sacrifice the opportunity to have a good cup of Joe in the morning, right? Have an amazing start to your day and get your day more productive whenever whenever it's just a one-time purchase of $50,000, right? With that added productivity, right? Essentially what you're doing is you're sacrificing that added productivity that can essentially 4 times your return, but you're sacrificing that for a one-time payment. It just doesn't make sense to me. So can you kind of walk me through that?
I definitely see where you're coming from. I think for me, it's just about balancing that investment with everything else going on, but I totally get the value of that added productivity and that amazing start to the day. So it's definitely something worth considering for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, hey, man, how about this, right? So it sounds like I low-key don't know where to go from here.
No worries at all. You're doing great. Sometimes it can feel a bit tricky to figure out the next step, but honestly, it's all about having a natural conversation. Just keep it flowing, and you can always circle back to any points or just wrap it up and see how they feel. It's all about keeping it natural and friendly.
Okay. All right, yeah, well, Jim Johnson, let's just go back to what you were saying before, right? I mean, with your current coffee machine, right, you're essentially sacrificing where you want to go, right? With your current coffee machine, that means you're going to have to continue to... Let me cook.
Keep dealing with that inconsistency and the hassle of not always getting the perfect cup. But with something that truly meets your needs, you're setting yourself up for a much smoother and more enjoyable start to your day. So it's all about investing in that quality of life, Yeah.
I hear you, man. I hear you. And yeah, essentially what you're doing is you're sacrificing where you want to go to just stay stagnant, right? Now, change is uncomfortable, right? It's proven scientifically, right, that no one likes change. No human likes change. So essentially, what I'm asking from you is you just got to make that investment, right? You got to make that next jump. It's essentially an investment in yourself, right? Where do you want to go, right? So let's just say you do 4x your return, right? With that, let's say this coffee machine gives you that added productivity, right? Gives you that 4x productivity. I know you didn't say that in Discovery, but let's just say you said that in Discovery. But yeah, so you said before, right, that you wanted to get more productivity from your coffee, but your current coffee machine doesn't give you that extra boost because it's more watered down, inconsistent. So if let's just imagine this, right? Let's say you do 4x, right, your investment, right, 4x your income with this productivity, right? You're much more productive, right? You're making more money. Would that $50,000 sound like something that'd still be painful, or would it sound like something that you wouldn't regret doing?
I mean, if it creates that kind of return and that level of productivity, it definitely sounds like it would be a worthwhile investment. It would be something that would pay off in the long run and ultimately make life a lot smoother and more productive. So yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and so essentially, why not start today?
That's a great point. I mean, there's no time like the present to make a positive change, right? So I can definitely see why it would make sense to just go for it and get started.
Hey, well, all right, Jim Johnson, sounds good. I'll send you over the link, right, and then it'll give you the link where you could fill out your information. All right, it's gonna be the Jim Johnson link. It's gonna be a one-time payment of $50,000. It'll be shipped from 1 to 7 days to your house. So I'll send this over this link right now, and let me know when you receive it. I just sent it.
Awesome. I got it. Thanks so much for sending that over. This has been a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see how it all works out.
Awesome. Sounds good. So let's get you enrolled real quick, and then we'll be on your way. Did you fill it out?
Yeah, everything's all set on my end. It looks like it's good to go. Excited for this, and I really appreciate you walking me through everything.
Alrighty, Jim Johnson. Well, congratulations, man. I could definitely see this 4xing your productivity and just getting you a major return in all aspects of your life, man. So I'm really excited for you. I'm really excited for this journey that you're about to go on. And yeah, we'll talk soon, man. It's been a pleasure, and congratulations again, man. This is huge for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun, and I'm definitely excited to see how this all plays out. We'll definitely stay in touch, and thanks again for all your help.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Well, Jim Johnson, we'll speak soon. Alrighty, bye-bye.
Bye. Take care and talk to you soon.
Alright, guys. So, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty rough. I've been reading sales books. I've been doing all this sales training, but I haven't actually been putting the reps in, right? I'm getting on this offer right now, and so that's whenever I'll actually get the reps in. But holy crap, I feel like role play is huge. Like you could actually just hear yourself. I hear yourself talk and go through just the selling process, and yeah, I got a lot of work to work on, right? So yeah, we'll see where this goes, and I hope you guys were able to get some value of this, or some entertainment value, right? Hopefully some value, right? I hope I did decent, you know? But, yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and we're gonna see that journey of me getting better and better at sales. We're gonna start killing it, and we're gonna start making some cheddar, you feel me? And we're gonna start changing some lives. So, make sure to follow along for that journey, hit that notification bell, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, leave a comment, leave a like. Show this to your family and friends. Do whatever you need to do. And hey, have an amazing day. God bless you. Peace out, brothers and sisters. And dogs. My nose ring itches. Alright, latest.